Hello everyone, thank you for watching our video today. Now, let's see some of the benefits and a little bit of the background of bilingual education in the United States by Raul Rogero and Sheila Miranda from the University of Texas at El Paso for class ESOl 1312. Well, firstly, what is bilingual education? Well, bilingual education basically means teaching school subjects in two different languages, or even more, usually English and the student's first language. This helps students understand the lesson while also learning a new language or getting better at English. Bilingual education is a very strong topic in the United States, and also it has a very big impact in different communities. Just imagine a classroom where kids learn math in English and read studies in Spanish. They are learning two languages and also making their brain stronger for the future. These kids are also adopting and keeping roots from different places in the world, making our communities more welcoming for everyone. Now, let's see some of the benefits of being bilingual. Number one, you can talk to more people. It means you can make or build a better networking in different languages. Number two, it is easier to travel and understand other cultures. It means that you basically can be a local person in another community that isn't yours. Number three, it helps you get more job opportunities. Even in the United States, it is very important to be bilingual so you can get better positions and better paid. Number four, your brain gets better at focusing and solving problems. Great, right? And number five, it is easier to learn more languages later. So in the future, if you wish to learn a new language, it's gonna be easier for you because you already are bilingual. Your brain is different. Do you speak Spanish? ¿Hablas español? ¿Tienes acceso a más información, a una cultura diferente a la tuya, o más recursos de aprendizaje? Do you speak English? Well, it is basically the same. You are able to learn and communicate in more ways. Well, if you are bilingual, you must be happy. Now, let's see a video that will tell you the good news of being bilingual. And also regarding your brain abilities, just for being bilingual, can you imagine that?
Hablas español? Parlez-vous français? 你会说中文吗? If you answered sí, oui, or 会, and you're watching this in English, chances are you belong to the world's bilingual and multilingual majority. And besides having an easier time traveling or watching movies without subtitles, knowing two or more languages means that your brain may actually look and work differently than those of your monolingual friends. So, what does it really mean to know a language? Language ability is typically measured in two active parts, speaking and writing, and two passive parts, listening and reading. While a balanced bilingual has near equal abilities across the board in two languages, most bilinguals around the world know and use their languages in varying proportions. And depending on their situation and how they acquired each language, they can be classified into three general types. For example, let's take Gabriella, whose family immigrates to the US from Peru when she's 2 years old. As a compound bilingual, Gabriella develops two linguistic codes simultaneously with a single set of concepts, learning both English and Spanish as she begins to process the world around her. Her teenage brother, on the other hand, might be a coordinate bilingual, working with two sets of concepts, learning English in school while continuing to speak Spanish at home and with friends. Finally, Gabriella's parents are likely to be subordinate bilinguals who learn a secondary language by filtering it through their primary language. Because all types of bilingual people can become fully proficient in a language regardless of accent or pronunciation, the difference may not be apparent to a casual observer. But recent advances in brain imaging technology have given neurolinguists a glimpse into how specific aspects of language learning affect the bilingual brain. It's well known that the brain's left hemisphere is more dominant in analytical and logical processes, while the right hemisphere is more active in emotional and social ones, though this is a matter of degree, not an absolute split. The fact that language involves both types of functions, while lateralization develops gradually with age, has led to the critical period hypothesis. According to this theory, children learn languages more easily because the plasticity of their developing brains lets them use both hemispheres in language acquisition, while in most adults, language is lateralized to one hemisphere, usually the left. If this is true, learning a language in childhood may give you a more holistic grasp of its social and emotional contexts. Conversely, recent research showed that people who learned a second language in adulthood exhibit less emotional bias and a more rational approach when confronting problems in the second language than in their native one. But regardless of when you acquire additional languages, being multilingual gives your brain some remarkable advantages. Some of these are even visible, such as higher density of the gray matter that contains most of your brain's neurons and synapses, and more activity in certain regions when engaging a second language. The heightened workout a bilingual brain receives throughout its life can also help delay the onset of diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia by as much as 5 years. The idea of major cognitive benefits to bilingualism may seem intuitive now, but it would have surprised earlier experts. Before the 1960s, bilingualism was considered a handicap that slowed a child's development by forcing them to spend too much energy distinguishing between languages, a view based largely on flawed studies. And while a more recent study did show that reaction times and errors increase for some bilingual students in cross-language tests, it also showed that the effort and attention needed to switch between languages triggered more activity in, and potentially strengthened, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that plays a large role in executive function, problem solving, switching between tasks, and focusing while filtering out irrelevant information. So, while bilingualism may not necessarily make you smarter, it does make your brain more healthy, complex, and actively engaged. And even if you didn't have the good fortune of learning a second language as a child, it's never too late to do yourself a favor and make the linguistic leap from hello to hola, bonjour, or ni haos. Because when it comes to our brains, a little exercise can go a long way.
Being bilingual actually changes the brain. Research shows bilingual kids are better at focusing, switching tasks, and solving problems. But why? Well, because they train their brain every day, choosing the right word, the right language at the right time. It's not just opinion, it's proven. Scientists use brain scans to compare bilingual and monolingual children. They found bilingual kids have stronger executive function, the part of the brain that helps us make decisions, stay organized, and block distractions. Spitzer says it clearly. Bilingualism benefits executive functions. That's powerful. Let's talk about the future. Being bilingual gives you more options, better jobs, higher pay, and a big advantage in a global world. Studies show that bilingual workers are hired faster and often earn more, especially in areas like business, education, medicine, and international work. According to a 2015 report by New American Economy, the demand for bilingual employees more than doubled in just 5 years.
Unfortunately, there are people that they are not agree with this kind of education. Some people think bilingual education it is a problem, especially in places where people don't like using one than more language. This mindset says it can hurt national unity and take time away from important subjects like math and science. If it's not well handled, it can lower student performance, especially in schools with a few resources. Even though bilingual education has been around in the United States for a long time, its value is still debated. In 1996, a politician, Bob Dole, said teaching immigrants English helped them become part of American culture. He was against teaching in many languages, saying it keeps people tied to their old cultures instead of becoming fully American. Many families still want their children to speak their native language to stay connected to their roots. But Dole arguments that if people wanted to keep their old cultures, they didn't need to come to America. He believed that learning English it is necessary to be part of American society.
Some people argue that bilingual kids will get confused, but guess what? Studies say the opposite. We know now found that students in bilingual programs do as well or even better in subjects like English, math, and science. That's not confusion, right? That's excellence.
Respecting other cultures and languages it is important because it helps us understand each other better and live peacefully together. In binational communities, many people come from different backgrounds and keeping their languages and traditions. It helps them stay connected to who they are. When we respect these differences, we build a stronger and more united community where everyone feels valued. It also helps us learn new things, enjoy different kinds of art, and grow as people and community as well.
Finally, bilingual education builds bridges. It makes schools more inclusive and children feel proud of their culture and language. And in a multicultural country like the US, this is not optional, it's necessary. Even in old age, bilingualism makes a difference. A study in the journal Neurology found that bilingual people show signs of Alzheimer's disease 5 years later than people who only spoke one language. That's not just interesting, that's life changing. So let's remember bilingual education is not only about speaking, it's about thinking better, doing better in school, and preparing for a stronger future. If we want the best for students, we must support bilingual education.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. See ya.